We have with us former prosecutor and current criminal defense attorney, Good Day New York favorite, Arthur Aidala. Welcome back, Arthur.
What's happening? So here's the key part that people aren't really focusing on, because the headlines is oh, he admitted giving him her drugs, but he says she knew about it. It's not that, she went to the bathroom and he cut it up and slipped it in her drink. He said it was a consensual act. And look, this is 1976. I mean, I was 9 years old, but my understanding is taking Quaaludes back then before sex was like a very common thing. It enhanced the sexual experience.
Hefner, according to one of the bunnies, said that he would call it a thigh opener.
Okay, but the focus here is consensual or non-consent. If I say to you, I mean, it's morning television, but if I say, Rosanna, take this, you want to take this and then we'll go into the hotel, and you say, okay, that's much different than you go away and here's your tea and I drop this into your tea and you don't know about it. They're two different animals.
You think that word itself is going to be a problem for the other women who are filing lawsuits?
Consent. If they knew what they were doing, then it's a much different thing than if he admitted in the deposition, yes, she went to the bathroom without her knowing. I opened up the capsule, I put it in her drink, and she took it unknowingly.
We haven't seen the whole deposition. We haven't.
Correct.
The Associated Press has not. Let's pretend for a moment that he does admit to doing it surreptitiously. Let's pretend that he did that.
Correct.
What happens to that information, that deposition? How applicable is it to these other cases?
It's very applicable, because it goes to MO, modus operandi. It goes to a common scheme or plan. In other words, that's the type of evidence that normally wouldn't be allowed in because it has to do with somebody else. But if it shows that there's a pattern, judges allow jurors to hear that type of information so that in assessing the credibility of the defense. So it does, like, hypothetically, if there's a robber and every time he robs a house or burglarizes a house, he runs the water and floods the house, even on a trial for 3 other houses that he didn't rob, it could come in. That house was flooded and robbed, that house was flooded and robbed, that house was flooded and robbed, and the one we're on trial was flooded and robbed, and therefore the jurors could take that into consideration as the same type of situation.
So where there's smoke, there's fire?
But the thing is, all I'm saying as an attorney who did read the one sentence is, Cosby says that she took the pill consensually. That's not what these other women are saying. They're saying, I was drugged and I didn't know about it. Cosby's saying in this particular case, she knew about it, she consented to the drugs, and then she consented to the sex. Which, according to me, Greg, in 1976 wasn't so rare. My understanding is in 1976, people were taking Quaaludes and going to have sex.
But what I don't understand, if she consented to it, consented to the drugs and the sex, why did she sue him?
Well, Gloria Allred sued my client, Lawrence Taylor, and the jury took them 5 minutes to say Lawrence Taylor did nothing wrong. 5 minutes, Rosanna. They went in, they took one count and came right back out. You got a lot of women who were coming forward, and a lot of respectable women coming forward. All I'm saying is this particular deposition, if it is what it is, that he says she consented, isn't the bombshell that is being made out to be. If I'm his attorney anyway.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby, 1-800-ARTHUR.